Hey guys, and welcome back. So as you can tell inside this video, I'm just going to kind of be talking about something that's kind of deep. Not really, but I'm just glad that I found time to film this because well, the day you see this, I don't know if I'm gonna upload this on this exact day. You'll probably get this on like a Thursday, but yeah, I just oh my god, I lost track of the days. You know, it's summer and I'm not really keeping track of time or days, and I'm just enjoying myself, and I just lost track of the days and even realized I'm like, oh my god, tomorrow's Wednesday. And I like to upload, even though I say weekly videos, which means I can upload any day next week, I like to upload on Wednesdays. You know, it's not the beginning of the week, it's not the end, it's literally the middle. I don't know, that's just how I am. But you know, let's get on to this video. So I titled this video, It's Okay to Not Be Okay. It is, it's literally okay to not be okay, and I had to teach myself that because when I was depressed and stuff, I was only upset, only sad and angry most of the time. Before I continue, there's someone doing something outside, watering or doing something. I think they have like a sprinkler, so sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, when I was depressed, I just wasn't happy, and I noticed that me being upset, like other people who were upset and unhappy as well, it's like they would feed off of my like negative energy, like as if like they made them happy that like I was upset or whatever. Like if I would bring up anything that was happy that did happen in my life, it would kind of like, they just kind of be like, you know, like what? So when I finally got myself out of that state of mind and just became happier with myself in life, and I just started realizing like this is not how I want to spend my life, I want to be happy, it only allowed myself to be happy. I did not allow myself to be upset at all. If anything bothered me, I didn't allow myself to let it bother me. I didn't allow myself to cry or be angry, or you know, I would get frustrated sometimes. It was like I just only allowed myself to be happy. Like I didn't allow anyone else to see me upset or whatever. Like say something happened during the day that just kind of like bugs me and I just needed to talk about it, I would just ignore all my problems. I just wouldn't talk about it. I just wouldn't do anything, like not even write it down, because usually what I do is I write things down, but I like trusted no one. So I was like, I can only be happy, I can't get upset, nothing like that. And I mean, honestly, like that's okay. Like if you only want to be happy, like that's fine, but like things happen in life, you know, sad things happen and you do get upset. And I was never the type of person that talked about my problems, because if I ever did, I felt like people weren't listening and I felt like they could like use it against me. So I just was never the person to talk about my problems. One day at school this year, earlier in the year, one night, actually it was the day before the night, I had went to bed just not really in the mood, kind of down, just kind of sad, because usually at night I think a lot about like my day and just everything that has happened in my life. So that night I just was thinking about like how things used to be, like how sad I used to be, and just how unhappy I was before, you know, everything or whatever. And it kind of like made me sad, and anything that had ever bothered me was like starting to come back, and it was just like all my problems were just starting to like come back, and it was like I was kind of like tearing up and stuff. And then the next morning I just really didn't feel good at all. It was just like I was like on the verge of crying. I was on the bus on the verge of crying, and when I got to school first period, I had psychology, I had a test, and my mind just like wasn't there. And usually in psychology I would get like an A or a B. I never like failed the test, and I just didn't do my best on that test. And then later on, as the day went on, I just wasn't having a good day. I was really sad, I was really down, I was literally on the verge of crying, because you know how it is when you don't talk about your problems. It all comes back, and it's like one thing can happen and it just tips you off. And that's what happened. Third period, I had set design, and there was this boy who would go through people's bags. Like he was going through one of my friend's bags, and he only took a pencil, but it's like still, like no one wants someone going through their stuff. So we would set our bags on the chairs when we went to go like do work and stuff, and I seen him picking up my bag to move it. Even though all he was doing was moving my bag, my first thing went, like in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's gonna go through my bag and try to take something. And I always put like my important stuff, like I would carry with me, like my phone and all that, I would take that with me and I would just keep it in my pockets while I'm working. So I like flipped. I was like, what are you doing? I was like, if you want the chair, all you have to do is ask. All you have to do is say, look, whose bag is this? May I move it? And I mean, I kind of had the right to be upset, because why did he Why did he just outright just pick up my bag? Like, we all know you go through people's bags, so what do you, like, you know? And I was just not having a good morning, so I like flipped out, and he's like, you know, just kind of like going back and forth with me, and I'm not the type of person to argue, so I'm like, look, all you have to do is ask if you wanted to move my bag. You didn't have to just pick it up like that. I was like, you know, like, what is wrong with you? I like cursed at him and stuff. Like, I was so angry, and that was just like the icing to the cake. After that, I just like could not, like, tears were like right here, about to, like, they were literally right here, just about to fall out my eyes. And it wasn't because of him or what he did, it was just because I had so much on my mind, and like every problem I ever experienced or any issue I ever had, I never talked about it. I never allowed myself to even like be emotional about it. I was just like, whatever, I always put it to the side. So it was just like everything was just coming back, and then that just, and then the class, like the teacher, he knew I wasn't like that. I wasn't always angry and stuff. So I was like, you know, I was just having a bad morning, and I could barely even speak. I literally like in mid-sentence just ran out the room, and I was like crying so hard. I'm going to my next class, which was physics, and on my way there I'm like crying, and I can't even breathe because I'm literally crying so hard, and I'm just like, oh my god. And in physics the whole time I just had my head down, and then I was fine at the end. And then I go to gym, well, it was yoga, and I'm still like not okay. And like I'm feeling better, I'm not crying, but I'm not feeling right. I go to use the bathroom, and then I just break down again. And then in gym class I had a few friends who like hugging me, asked me if I'm alright and stuff. And I just, you know, I started feeling, and then after that I was like fine for the rest of the day. But it was just like, I was like, wow, like that never had happened to me, because every time I would just put my feelings aside, it was like whatever. But it was like that day, it really was like, all right, I can't hold things in anymore. If I'm upset, if I'm sad, I need to allow myself, you know, to be sad. Like, not sit all day and be sad, but if something bothers me and it makes me a little sad and I need to cry, I need to just let it out. Because if I don't, then it's just all gonna pile up, and then I'm just gonna explode. And that's what happened that day, and I didn't like that, because I don't like being sad, I don't like being angry, I don't like catching an attitude. But you know, things just happen in life, and I trust people, so like I don't tell people anything, but like I just write everything down, because to me it's like, if you get it out some type of way, I feel like it's better than no way at all. So that's why I was like, you know what, at least I'll write things down. Like sometimes I will talk about things a little bit, like if something is kind of like bugging me and I don't like that, because like I'm the type of person, I'll be honest with you, if things don't go my way, I really kind of, I'm just like, all right, you know, honestly I like it when things go my way, but that's just not how life is. So you know what, if I'm upset or I'm angry, I allow myself to be angry, but I don't try to spend like the whole day. But I still have things that I just didn't talk about. So sometimes like I'll get upset and it'll be like the littlest thing, but it's not even that I'm upset at that. It's just I still have all these things that I just have never spoken about. So it's like sometimes I just get in these moods, and it's just like sometimes I just don't want to be bothered, because it's like I still have a lot of things I've never talked about. So it's like, I don't know, it just piles up sometimes. Really good friend now, she's been in my blogs near, like if I'm upset or whatever, like I know I can like talk with her and stuff. And it's like, who doesn't want someone to be able to talk to? Like if you're upset about something and that person listen, and even if they don't have any like advice to give, because you know not everyone's gonna give you advice, just simply being able to just be like, you know, it's okay, like that comfort with my problems, I'm not just gonna push them aside and then let it pile up, is basically what I'm trying to say. That's why I kind of like told that story. Like talk about them, write it down, meditate. Like if something is bothering you, you know, just allow yourself to experience emotions. It's a part of life. Things are not going to go your way. You're not going to be happy all the time, but you can be happy majority of the time. I do believe that. Basically what I really wanted to talk about, and I don't know, I just hope that you guys found it helpful in some type of way. But yeah, I think that my life is, I don't know if you think my life is perfect, but I mean it's not. Like things happen, I get upset, I get angry. It's just you know, I feel like before I used to be like, I have to be okay all the time, like nothing can happen, life has to be perfect, and it's just not like, you know, it's just really not like that. Like I was depressed, so like I get afraid that I'll be depressed again, so sometimes I'll get sad and like I'll overthink that, because I'm like, I don't want to be depressed, like I want to be happy. So it's just like, just live life. If you're upset about something, talk about it, and then like don't let it get to you anymore. Like if someone, especially people, like if you know that someone likes to see you, and like I was friends with this one person who literally, me being upset, it was like her joy So I knew that when I was around her, I don't care what was going on, I would have to put on the biggest smile because I knew how she was to me. But I never let her like get to me anymore, you know? If you enjoyed this video, I'm pretty sure it's long, I'm pretty sure I have to edit a lot, but thanks for watching and tuning in every week. If you want me to do more videos talking about similar topics and stuff like that, let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.